Do you know why, in a crowded room full of voices, your brain suddenly snaps to attention? When someone says your name, even when you weren't listening, even when you were focused on something else, even when the sound was buried in noise, that moment isn't coincidence. It's your brain revealing something unsettling about how little control you actually have. This phenomenon is called the cocktail party effect. Your brain is constantly scanning the environment, filtering thousands of sounds, conversations, and signals every second. Most of them never reach your awareness. They're erased before you even know they existed. But your name, your brain treats it differently. Because your name is not just a word. It's a survival signal. From the moment you were born, your name became associated with attention, danger, reward, punishment, and identity. Every time someone said it, something followed: care, threat, discipline, affection. Over time, your brain learned a simple rule. If you hear this sound, it matters. So even when you think you're not listening, your brain is listening for you. This is why you can tune out a loud room, music, laughter, chaos, yet instantly hear your name whispered across the space. Your conscious mind didn't choose that. Your brain did. And it does this automatically. But it goes deeper. Sometimes you hear your name when no one actually said it. In the hum of a fan. In static. In distant chatter. In white noise. That's not imagination. That's pattern recognition gone too far. Your brain evolved to detect meaning in noise because missing a signal used to be deadly. Hearing something that wasn't there was safer than ignoring something that was. So the brain fills in gaps. It guesses. It predicts. It hallucinates just enough to keep you alert. Psychologists call this pareidolia, the tendency to perceive familiar patterns where none exist. Faces in clouds, voices in noise. And your name is the strongest pattern your brain knows. Because it represents you. This means your brain prioritizes self-related information above all else. Not truth. Not accuracy. Not logic. Relevance. If something might involve you, your brain pushes it to the front of consciousness, whether it's real or not. This is why anxiety feeds on ambiguity. A vague sound becomes a threat. A random word feels personal. A neutral look feels judgmental. Your brain is always asking one question. Is this about me? And when it thinks the answer might be yes, it reacts instantly, long before logic arrives. Experiments show that even when people are instructed to ignore certain audio streams, their brains still react to hearing their name. Brain scans light up. Attention spikes. Memory activates. You didn't notice it consciously, but your brain did. This means something unsettling. You are not aware of most of what your brain decides is important. Your attention is not fully yours. Your brain is running background processes, constantly scanning, tagging, and prioritizing information without your permission. And it's not doing this to help you feel calm. It's doing it to keep you alive. But the modern world isn't a jungle. So the same system that once saved you now makes you anxious, distracted, and overstimulated. Your brain hears threats in noise, meaning in randomness, your name where there is only sound. And once your brain flags something as you related, it becomes harder to ignore. That's why intrusive thoughts feel personal. That's why criticism sticks more than praise. That's why you replay conversations in your head, wondering if someone meant something about you. Your brain is always listening for signals tied to your identity, even when you wish it wouldn't. The disturbing part is this. You can't stop your brain from hearing your name, but you can learn to stop believing everything it reacts to. Because reaction does not equal truth. A sound is just a sound. A thought is just a thought. A signal is just a possibility. Your brain's job is to alert you. Your job is to decide what deserves your attention. Most people never learn that difference. They assume if their brain reacts, it must be important. If it feels personal, it must be real. If it grabs attention, it must matter. That's how the brain quietly takes control. And here's the final truth. If you don't understand why your brain listens for you everywhere, you'll spend your life reacting to noise as if it were a message. This is your brain at work. And if you don't learn how it operates, it will keep deciding what you hear, what you fear, and what controls you. Subscribe now, or let your brain keep listening for threats that aren't there.